Senator AJimobi is dead. But before we go on with this story, please, I would like to beg my viewers to please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. Just, you see that red button down there? Please just click subscribe. It's free. You don't pay for it. It doesn't take anything away from you. Just help and subscribe. Thank you. So, Senator AJimobi is dead. Until his death, he was the interim chairman of the APC and a former two-time governor of Oyo State. He was also a senator, hence is called Senator AJimobi. He passed as a result of the coronavirus complications, and he was 70 years old. He was rushed to the first cardiology hospital located in Ikoyi as the viral infection became unbearable. After his admission, he fell into a coma. Report had it that he's been on the life support machine since last Friday. 6 days ago, a journalist on Twitter sent out a tweet claiming that AJimobi was dead. You don't want to imagine the uproar that followed when his family, media aides, political allies, and friends denied it. His daughter-in-law, Fatima Ganduje, sent out a tweet to dispel the rumor. The initial rumor and the way our people rushed to social media to pay condolences made people cautious this time when the news came out. A security man who served him for 8 years anonymously tipped the media that the news was real this time. Asked earlier today for an official statement, the state chairman, Chief Akin Oke, said, "Why should the Oyo APC make an official statement when his family members have not yet confirmed it? We can't make any official statement now that the family members have not said anything. We are hearing just like you people, and it has to be authenticated before any official statement can be made." People and reports have insinuated that the news of his death was kept away from the public because of the political development within the APC and his new appointment as the interim chairman of the National Working Committee of the party. Now, AJimobi was born December 1949, and he is survived by his wife, Florence AJimobi, whom he married 40 years ago, and 5 children. AJimobi was born into the popular AJimobi family at Ojaoba, Ibadan. The family was a very political family. His grandfather was Sobaloju of Ibadan land, a chief in the royal court of Ibadan. His uncle, Honorable N.A. AJimobi, was Minister of Works and Transport in the Old Western region. His father, Pa AJimobi, was also an honorable member of the House of Assembly in the Old Western region. He had his primary and secondary education in Oyo, then went to the US where he bagged his first and second degrees. He worked for a few years in the US and then returned to Nigeria. Notable among the companies he worked for are Nestle Foods PLC, Shell Petroleum Development Company, and in 1998 he joined National Oil and Chemical Marketing Company, where he rose to become the managing director and chief executive officer. He retired after 26 years of service in the oil industry. His political career: he became a senator in 2003, and he was the deputy minority leader in the Senate. He was the two-time governor of Oyo State from 2011 to 2019. His re-election as the governor the second time made him the first person ever to occupy the highest seat twice and back-to-back in Oyo State. He was a very controversial man, and he earned a few enemies because of his confrontational and aggressive style as a person and in leadership. However, his party loved him, and because they loved him, they favored him and gave him power. So he was able to escape many political traps. You will recall his government demolished Yinka Ayefele's building called the Fresh FM or Music House, saying that Ayefele's physical disability does not give him the right or the license to break the law. He, however, promised to pity him and rebuild. You know, that's how things roll in our country. The governor had said in the radio broadcast earlier, when we contested the election and won in 2011, a lot of people told me to demolish this radio station because your programs and broadcasts are against my government. Your boss, Yinka Efele, was also using song to insult us. Can you imagine? I didn't see any reason why I should demolish the studio. If Yinka is not for us today, he will support us later in the future. He had issues also with a former Minister of Communications, Adebayo Shitu. You know, one elderly man that manned the Ministry of Communication, Information and Communication back then. That one was a very controversial figure. He was always headlong with the youth. He had issues also. He tried to whittle down the power of the traditional institution of Oyo when he made efforts to review the chieftaincy policies of the state. That was where his problem started. His perceived attempt to reduce the powers of some political or traditional leaders was seen as an affront to the traditional stool by many people. Then pensioners filed a suit against him over unpaid pensions and gratuities. Then both workers and students of state-owned schools clashed with the APC-led government in Oyo under his tenure. One of the most interesting periods of Ajimobi's life and rule in Oyo State was when he was nicknamed the Constituted Authority. After several months of closure of the Lautech Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, students took to the streets to protest. And when they got to the capital, Ajimobi said in disdain, "I am the Constituted Authority, and I will not reopen the school if I like," and told them to do their worst. After the protest, he demanded an apology from the students, saying they were rude to him. Because of all these perceived atrocities, he lost his bid to go to the Senate in 2009 to a PDP aspirant. The state is lost to the APC right now. Mr. Ajimobi was later appointed the Deputy National Chairman South of his party, a position he held before he was diagnosed of the dreaded coronavirus. But what I found appalling was a picture circulating today. If that picture is really of Ajimobi in his state of helplessness or death, something so private like that, I don't know when we Nigerians became so callous and without conscience that either a family member or a close aide or a medical person that was attending to him, because of our love for want to be the first to tweet or want to be the first to shine in social media or be the first to break the news, they started circulating this horrible, it's a horrible act, and the earlier we grow up, the better for us. How would someone do that? That's callous. Everybody's going to die someday. But what we should remember and draw from this, because there was so much rejoicing as there were people that were mourning. The elites loved him, but the poor people hated him. We should all learn from this and do good while we can and when we get to position of authority. Thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that I'll be back again to give you another scoop tomorrow.